picture this, the classic Marbella scene, right?
Hmm.
Sun shining on the Med, you see those fancy cars cruising down the Golden Mile, maybe even hear a champagne cork popping at some beach club. You got that in your head.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, now zoom in a bit. Past all that glitz and glamour, something else is going on. A kind of quiet shift in how the super rich who live there are, protecting their privacy and peace.
Yeah.
We're not just talking high walls and cameras anymore. This is way more involved.
It is really interesting how the idea of luxury in a place like Marbella is, well, it's going beyond those amazing villas and views.
Right.
It's getting tied up with this feeling of, like, really solid security.
Yeah, like being in a safe haven.
Exactly.
And that's what we're going to dig into today, this trend of those ultra-luxury homeowners in Marbella investing big time in private security and those super exclusive, super secure gated communities.
Right.
Our guide for this deep dive is a blog post from Elite Villas Marbella. It's from March 18th, 2025, and it's called "Why Marbella's Ultra-Luxury Homeowners Are Investing in Private Security Forces."
Oh, okay.
So we're getting a real insider look at this fascinating part of how the elite live.
This blog post, it's really a peek behind the curtain. It tells us why this trend is happening, describes the high-tech security measures they're using, from specialized guards to AI, and even takes us on a tour of some of Marbella's most protected and prestigious spots.
So good.
We'll also talk about what the future holds for security in this market and the interesting idea of these secure properties as investments.
Okay.
Think of this as your cheat sheet to understanding a big part of why Marbella is so attractive to the ultra-wealthy.
So let's jump right in, starting with this rise of private security forces. Now, when you imagine a multi-million euro villa, you kind of assume a certain level of security comes with it, right?
Right, of course.
But as this blog post points out, when you're talking about properties hitting like 10 million euros or more, the security needs get a lot more complex.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What do you think about that?
Well, the bigger the investment, the more you need a really strong and personalized approach to security.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting is how specialized these private forces are becoming. The Elite Villas Marbella post talks about how they're hiring former military, people with like very specific training and experience.
Wow.
And then on top of that, you have the growing use of AI-powered surveillance systems, adding this constant, technological watch.
So it's not just about stopping break-ins then, right?
Right.
The post mentions what they call a lifestyle upgrade, which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
It implies a level of service that goes beyond just, basic protection.
Yeah, it does.
We're talking about things like checking your mail before you get it, monitoring your property 24/7 from anywhere in the world, and even discreet escort services if you're going to an event.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's almost like having your own personal security concierge.
It really changes how you think about security, doesn't it? It goes from being reactive to being a built-in part of a seamless, high-end lifestyle.
Yeah.
If you think about the main reason behind all this, it's about giving people total peace of mind. These homeowners, they want to know that their property and their well-being are under this, sophisticated protection.
Yeah.
That way they can really enjoy the Marbella experience, whether it's the beaches or the amazing food, without constantly worrying about safety.
Makes sense.
Right.
And this need for that ultimate peace of mind, that seems to be a big reason why these high-end gated communities are so popular.
Yeah.
Now, these aren't your typical suburban neighborhoods with a gate at the entrance.
Right.
In Marbella, as the post highlights, these are really the top tier of exclusivity and security.
Exactly. The examples they give, like Sierra Blanca and La Zagaleta, they really show this. Yeah. These aren't just barriers. They're described as these grand entrances, like something you'd see at a royal palace. You immediately feel a sense of unparalleled privacy and security.
Like you're entering a sanctuary almost. And inside those impressive gates, these communities offer an amazing range of amenities.
Oh, absolutely.
24/7 security is a given, but we're also talking about private gyms with all the latest equipment, beautifully landscaped grounds that feel like your own private park, and in the most exclusive ones, even private helipads.
Wow.
It's like a self-contained world of luxury and safety.
It really is. And the social aspect is important too. The post talks about how residents can connect with other members of the global elite within these communities, whether it's at exclusive clubhouses, on the golf course, or maybe at a fancy dinner party.
Right.
It creates this secure and elite social environment.
Now let's get into the tech side of things, because Security in Marbella isn't just about guards and gates.
Mm.
AI is becoming a big player.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The Post emphasizes how AI-powered surveillance systems are becoming standard in these high-end properties.
And what's really impressive is how advanced these AI systems are. We're not just talking about basic motion detectors anymore. This technology now includes facial recognition, the ability to analyze how people move to tell the difference between normal activity and something suspicious, and instant alerts sent straight to the homeowner's phone.
That's amazing.
They even give this example of an AI system recognizing a resident's face and automatically unlocking the door, describing it as VIP treatment. It really shows how technology is becoming a seamless part of luxury living, not just for convenience, but as a key part of enhanced security.
It sounds very futuristic.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And the fact that Elite Villas Marbella is seeing more and more buyers asking for these integrated smart security systems shows that this isn't just a passing trend. It's a fundamental change in what those at the very top of the market expect.
So let's take a closer look at some of those top-tier gated communities that the Post focuses on. First up is Sierra Blanca, which they call the Beverly Hills of Marbella. What stood out to you about how they described it?
I think the combination of those amazing panoramic views and the dedication to top-notch security is what makes it so special.
Right.
And the property values, ranging from 4 million to 14 million euros, they really highlight the level of prestige and exclusivity we're talking about. It's clearly seen as one of the most sought-after and secure addresses in Marbella.
Then there's La Zagaleta, which seems to prioritize total privacy of everything else.
Absolutely. The fact that it has its own private golf course, an exclusive equestrian center, and even a private helipad tells you everything you need to know about how much they value autonomy and seclusion. It's basically a self-contained haven designed for those who put the highest value on their privacy and independence.
And lastly, there's the Golden Mile, which offers something a bit different. It combines the desirable beachfront lifestyle with the strong security of a gated community.
Exactly. It's that best of both worlds situation, as Elite Villas Marbella puts it.
Right.
You get direct access to the beautiful coastline and everything it offers, but you still live within a secure community. It's perfect for those who want to be near the excitement of Marbella without compromising on their safety and security.
Looking ahead, the Post also talks about some of the security trends they expect to see in 2025.
Yes,
It sounds like the technology is only going to get even more advanced.
it really does. The prediction that biometric access systems using fingerprints or iris scans to get into your home will become much more common is a big step towards more personalized and inherently secure authentication.
Right.
And the idea of drones patrolling properties from the air takes monitoring to a whole new level.
And then there's the possibility of AI-powered analytics, which sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. Security systems that can analyze data and predict potential threats before they even happen.
That's the cutting edge of security technology. It's a shift from just reacting to incidents to proactively identifying and stopping potential risks. And again, the fact that Elite Villas Marbella is already seeing demand for these features shows how important they're becoming in this market.
With all this talk about private security and gated communities, it makes you wonder why Marbella is considered such a safe place to live in the first place.
Yeah, that's a good question.
The Post addresses that too.
It's really a combination of things. Elite Villas Marbella says that there's a strong sense of community in many of Marbella's upscale areas, where residents are more aware and look out for each other. Then you have a visible and effective local police presence, and of course, the added security from private firms and these gated communities.
And it seems like the very existence of these well-protected gated communities and the advanced security systems they have act as a major deterrent to any kind of criminal activity.
Oh, absolutely. It sends a clear message that these are not easy targets. It's a multi-layered security system that combines community awareness, good law enforcement, and sophisticated private security to create a very safe environment for residents, especially in these high-end areas.
Now, for those listening who might think all this security is a bit over the top, the Post also makes a good case for the investment value of these secure properties. They're presented not just as a cost, but as a smart financial move.
That's an important point to think about. While the upfront cost of a secure luxury property can be significant, Elite Villas Marbella argues that you should see it as a long-term asset. These properties tend to hold their value really well and often increase in value over time, making them a solid and, as they call it, an inflation-resistant investment.
And beyond just the financial returns, there are those less tangible but equally important benefits we talked about earlier. That real peace of mind, the increased privacy, and ultimately the better lifestyle that comes with knowing you and your property are well protected.
Exactly. You can't really put a price tag on the feeling of being truly secure and the freedom that comes with that. It's a key part of the ultra luxury lifestyle that many wealthy individuals are looking for.
So if someone is thinking about investing in a secure luxury property in Marbella, what are some of the main things they should look for, according to Elite Villas Marbella?
The post gives some really practical advice. Location is key. Being inside or close to well-established, respected, gated communities or recognized safe zones is a top priority.
Right.
Then, of course, you have the specific security features of the property itself, things like advanced biometric access systems, comprehensive and professionally monitored CCTV networks, and 247 security personnel.
And lastly, they stress how important reputation is, suggesting that potential buyers work with experienced and reputable real estate agencies like Elite Villas Marbella who really understand this specialized and nuanced market.
Their expertise is so valuable when it comes to navigating the options and making sure that the property you choose not only matches your style and lifestyle, but also meets the highest security standards.
Speaking of Elite Villas Marbella, the Post also talks about the specific ways they go above and beyond to enhance security for their clients.
Yes, they do. They present themselves as providers of peace of mind, and that's a key part of their service. This means their team of experts ensures that every property they list meets strict security standards. They also offer private, in-depth consultations and tailored property viewings that focus specifically on the client's security needs and concerns.
And they even mentioned a pretty unique perk: free Tesla Starlink internet with every villa purchase. It might seem like a luxury amenity, but in today's world, a reliable and secure internet connection is also a fundamental part of staying safe and managing those sophisticated security systems.
That's a really good point. In an increasingly digital world, a secure and high-speed internet connection is crucial for managing smart home security features and staying connected no matter where you are.
So to sum it all up, what's the key takeaway for our listeners about this trend in Marbella?
Well, the main message is that Marbella has become more than just a glamorous and desirable destination. It's a very secure one, too. This is driven by the growing demand for sophisticated private security forces, the appeal of these super secure gated communities, and the use of cutting-edge security technology.
Right.
It reflects a wider shift in the ultra-luxury market, where security is no longer an afterthought, but a fundamental and defining part of the lifestyle.
And it's important to remember that all of these insights, this deep dive into Marbella's secure elite, comes straight from the experts on the ground, Elite Villas Marbella, and their informative blog posts from March 18th, 2025.
This insider perspective gives us a unique understanding of why people are making these investment choices and how ultra-luxury living is changing.
It definitely does. And it leaves us with a final thought for you, our listener. After exploring this world of fortified luxury in Marbella, it makes you wonder, how is your own idea of luxury living evolving? In a world that's becoming more and more complex, is this level of security and exclusivity moving from being just an extravagance to becoming something people expect as part of true high-end living? It's definitely something interesting to think about.
It really is.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
See you then.